See, I know this is probably a bit far-fetched from being from the sun and everything, but even in the World Economic Forum's mentioned flying cars. Now, I'm not saying it will be a thing. However, I do have an idea of what could happen. So, I actually think that if there were to be flying cars like this in the future, maybe 10 years' time, well, this is the first flying one. I'll show you in a minute. But I think that it won't be average people driving. It'll be inner city taxi service. So you'll get a group of workers that work in these flying around the inner cities, the smart cities, to and take passengers and take them to another area of the city. So it won't be like a transport, should I say, for like average people. It'll be like a public transport that people can use, maybe an Uber. So basically, they download an app on the smartphone, and they maybe press like connect or something to where they are. It tells them where they are, obviously, because in the smart cities, everyone's gonna know everything's gonna. The smart city is gonna know where you are. So you just basically um, click where you are, or click for a service, and it'll come and pick you up and take you in one of these. Because I'll show you where it's going. Watch this. This is insane. Yeah, it's a plane at the moment, but eventually they will get rid of the wings and maybe even the wheels. Maybe they'll start where they have areas of ground where it's magnets, repelling magnets to make it hover. We can see where it's going. This is where it's going. This is going to be the smart city, and people are going to think it's so cool. And this is what they're pushing. This is why people are going to be dragged into it without unknowingly, because I think it's so cool, into this technocratic dystopia. This is how they're selling it. So yeah, eventually they will get rid of the wings. But let's watch this. Air car, futuristic flying car takes to the sky and completes the first inner city journey. So it's going to be an inner city public transport, not for average people, just like a taxi, an Uber taxi, but it will probably fly. You don't think it will, but the world's a crazy place. They've probably already got this stuff ready to be released. So we can see it happening. Eventually, the wings will get smaller, and then eventually it won't need wings because it will have some kind of a technocratic technology on the car to make it hover. I think it's Coventry, one of the cities in the Midlands, has got its first flying car port or something. It's weird. Um, the World Economic Forum's talked about this. They do want to bring these out, but not like what we think in Back to the Future, where everyone drives one. It'll be like a public transport. Anyway, you won't have ownership of cars anyway. That's where they want to take it. They'll sell it as oh, it's so cool, it's so cool. Do you know what I mean? I'll look at the comments in a minute, see what people are saying. But this is crazy. I mean, it looks cool, but they're gonna sell it out. It'll only be in the smart cities. It won't be out in the countryside. In the if you're off grid, no chance. It won't be owned by the public. It will be a public service that you can use like an Uber, where you call for a taxi on an app on your phone like you do now, and the taxi comes and picks you up and takes you to your destination. Maybe it'll be a artificial intelligence control. Maybe it won't need people, but that's where we're going, guys, and it's crazy. And I'm open-minded to believe it could happen within the next 10 years, 5 years, for all we know. They've got all this technology ready to be released anyway. They have done for years, but I think they're putting it in the public eye now. I like the way these inventions are described as flying cars when really they're driving planes. Yeah, at the moment, but they'll get rid of the wings. It won't be a plane. It'll be an inner city public transport that will take you from one destination of a city area to another destination of a city area. Say if you're in New York and you wanted to go from Brooklyn to to Manhattan, it will have probably a little port in Brooklyn, a little port in Manhattan to start off with, and then it'll get more airports, flying car ports, should I say? Because there won't be like planes. Eventually, there will. Well, I suppose you could call it a helicopter, but it probably won't even have the helipads on it, and it probably won't even have the wings to be called that. It'll be able to hover on itself eventually. It'll be able to hover, take off, because it'll have repelling magnets on the ground, and it'll be able to take off and then fly to the destination in a city. So it'll be a little bit different to an airport and a flying plane. But this is just the beginning, guys. It will change, like cars did. This is where we're going. It sounds cool, doesn't it? But they're trying to get everyone in the smart cities. This is how they're going to bring all this cool stuff out, but only in the smart cities, so they'll get everyone relocated to the smart cities because they'll sell it. Of course, with all the other stuff they'll do, all the man-made disasters they'll create to try and push everyone into them, or the remaining of the population, should I say. But yeah, we're in for a crazy, weird future, guys. This is just the beginning. Cheers.